Hello, I'm Sugar Kitty Mystic, and today's tarot reading is what your haters are saying about you. This is a timeless reading, so it applies whenever you find this video, whenever you feel like watching it, there's a message for you in it. And today I'm super excited because I have a gift for you at the end of your reading, so make sure to watch to the end to get that gift. We're ready to get started. So for today, you're going to pick one of these three crystals I have in front of me. So for pile one, you have a pyrite crystal. Okay. Feel free to take your time. Pause the video if you want to. For pile two, you have this quartz chunk. Ooh. Okay. And then for pile three, carnelian. Okay, so when you're ready, simply click on the timestamp in the description box below this video and go to your reading, and I will see you there. Welcome, pile one. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out what your haters are saying about you. So these two cards here are going to signify who these haters are, to give you a little bit of an idea, and then we'll look deeper. Okay, and I'm not trying to cause conflict here, but if it happens, let's blame the tarot. Anyways, okay, so who these people are. Pile one, your haters are people who are not very successful themselves. I'm getting these are people who do not have a lot of recognition for the things that they do. They don't put very much energy towards their goals. They don't aim very high. Okay, these are people who are happy in mundane, somewhat boring and simple lives. With the Page of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like they don't have a lot to offer other people. They're not very generous with their time, with their energy. They just kind of go about their day-to-day, very routine, never really reaching outside of their comfort zone. They honestly seem very boring. So we have fire and we have earth. So if you're interested in astrology, they could be either of the fire or earth signs, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And for some of you, this is like a group of men, or this is masculine energy people. Not necessarily all of you, though. They may be at your work. Definitely getting the energy of people who just kind of keep their head down and don't try very hard to change their position in life. And then we have this big old spread over here for what they are saying about you. So I like to show you the cards because sometimes you might make personal connections to the cards. So I want to make sure that you know exactly which ones I'm talking about. So here you have the Hangman. Okay. The Three of Wands. And the King of Swords in reverse. So what I'm seeing for you, pile one, starting with these three cards, is they feel like you don't really have a direction. Okay? They feel like you're just kind of like, you also have Vayu over here, wherever the wind blows, right? So they feel like you kind of just go with the flow. You don't have much of a plan, or they like to kind of, if you do have plans, they like to like talk about how your plans are not realistic. You have not realistic goals. You have not realistic dreams. Maybe you're someone who's like very adventurous and they just think like, I don't know, like you're pushing too hard. You're trying too hard. Like the Hangman, like I feel like they just feel like they like to say like the things that you've gotten in life and the things that you've done are just luck. You know, they've just come to you. You haven't actually done anything for them. You haven't worked hard enough for them. It's just who you are, or who you were born to, or where you were born, things like that. Like they don't give you very much credit for the things that you've actually done and achieved and experienced. Yeah, I'm getting like they feel like you're a bit lost, or you just like, maybe you go all these different directions that they would never go in their life, and they just like look at you and they're like, what are you doing? What is your plan? Again, I keep getting the energy of them being like, just be realistic. Like they like to talk about how unrealistic you are. With the King of Swords in reverse, I do feel like you may not be the best communicator. You may not be like particularly clear or, you know, very like able to translate what you're thinking and feeling super easily to everyone around you. You may be an introvert or something like that. And so they like to talk about how like you don't really know what you're doing because you can't always explain it properly. So you must just have no idea. They feel like maybe you manipulate people to get things from them, that you don't get things yourself, or it's not from, you know, the merits of your character that you get the things that you get. It's because you're manipulating them, or because you're, you know, taking advantage. So like, for example, if you got a promotion at work or you got a raise at work, they would say, oh, it's not because of your work, it's just because of like, you know, people just go easy on you, or she's just friends with that person. They don't give you a lot of credit is really what I'm seeing. And then we have the spirit of empowerment. So I feel like you are a very empowered individual. You may not be the best communicator, but you also don't back down from things, okay? You have a strong willpower. And I feel like, again, it's that energy of people being like, you know, you're too strong, like maybe you should, this is annoying me. I'm trying to be like clear-minded while I give you your reading, but I'm starting to get annoyed at these people. I should have seen this coming, that this would be kind of a hard one to do. But so recently I had a friend of mine talking about how his sister posted some things about some political events on her social media. And their dad was like, she should just keep her mouth shut. Like, that's the energy I'm getting from these people. When you are empowered, you know, when you go directly for the things that you want, when you're not afraid to take risks. I'm getting like a very bold energy. You're not afraid to take risks. You're not afraid to like go for it if you have your eye on something. They kind of have that energy. Like, she should just keep her mouth shut. He should just keep her mouth shut. He should just, you know, keep their head down. You should keep your head down like the rest of us. Like, who do you think you are? That's the vibe I'm getting from these people. They seem miserable. I don't like these people, but I'm going to cause conflict with me and your haters. And then you have protection in cave and connection in the biome. So again, I get this energy like they feel like you're just connected to the right people. You're friends with the right people, or your family is connected to the right people, and that's how you get the things that you want in life. They feel like you've been protected, that you haven't had to face the same amount of hardships as everyone else. What I'm getting is that's not true. You're just not necessarily sharing your hardships with these people, and why would you, right? So ridiculous. Anyways, so let's see if we can pull a few more cards from this tarot deck for what your haters are saying about you. This pretty much sums up what I'm seeing, though, so let me know if it resonates so far for you, because I'm super curious. Let's see. What are these haters saying? Oh, nice. We got the Six of Wands in reverse, mirroring their Six of Wands. Two of Wands. They feel like you have like you're very free, okay? You have so many choices. They just say like they're not as successful as you, or they haven't done as well as you because you have more choices than them. You have more opportunity. You have more privilege. Something like that. If you're not a particularly privileged person, I mean, people will say that shit about anyone, right? You don't have to have privilege to have other people saying you do, right? It's just their perception of you. They feel like your life is just like significantly easier for some reason, and that's why they're sitting here unsuccessful, nothing to offer, bored with their life, and you're having all these, cool experiences. You're having different adventures. You're doing new and exciting things that they would never even dare to try. So that's pretty cool. I really like your energy, Pile 1. This is what I'm seeing for you. So thank you so much for watching. And now I'm going to tell you about the free gift you get at the end of this reading. Do you ever wake up in the morning and just stare at your phone and don't get out of bed because you feel like there's not even a point in getting up? Have you ever wasted an entire hour of your life scrolling some random person's Instagram, feeling bad about yourself because you don't have the success, love, or abundance that they seem to have? I used to wake up every morning in total dread. I had nowhere to go, and I felt like the things that I wanted in this life were just impossible for me. I had zero motivation to get out of bed in the morning, and I would waste so much of my day just overthinking and worrying about the future. However, this year I've gotten to experience successes that I could only dream of. It all changed when I started to really imagine and visualize the future I wanted for myself. One of my favorite successes I experienced this year was when I got an all-expenses-paid trip to Whistler, and I got to read tarot for business executives at a corporate cocktail party. So not only did I get to stay in this beautiful hotel with wonderful scenery, I got to eat yummy catered cocktail food like those little tiny burgers and cookies. I also got to make really good money doing what I love. And I was so happy and full of joy after that I couldn't even sleep. I was just dancing around my hotel room, so excited, so inspired, and so full of gratitude. And this is all thanks to this life-changing meditation I've been doing this year. So if you are ready to wake up happy and inspired, if you're wanting to feel a surge of energy and motivation to actually accomplish the goals you've set for yourself, or even set goals, because if you're like me, I was so down in the dumps that I wasn't even setting goals because what was the point? So if you want to start setting those goals and accomplishing them and experiencing the things that you dream about and feeling that deep sigh of relief, that peace of knowing that things can actually work out in your favor, then check out the link in the description box below. I'm giving you the life-changing meditation that allowed me to experience so many wonderful things this year, I can't even count. I've made this meditation using a very straightforward and simple technique that will put you in a deep state of relaxation, even if you're a complete beginner at meditation, even if you're a chronic overthinker and you can't shut up your damn mind. This meditation will work for you. I highly recommend using it anytime you're feeling down, hopeless, or apathetic. And using it repeatedly for a period like 21 or 30 days will help you get really good, tangible results. I do have a warning though. For some of you, you may feel so happy after doing this meditation or during this meditation that tears will come to your eyes. Like sometimes I literally cry because you will finally feel that what you want is possible and reachable for you. So if you're ready to get started, just click the link below. Welcome to your reading pile 2. And thanks so much for joining me today. So we're just going to get right into it, what your haters are saying about you. Just want to do a disclaimer. I'm not trying to cause conflict with people in your life, so let's blame the tarot cards and not me. Anyways, so first we're going to look at who these people are and then what they are saying. So for who they are, you have the Wheel of Fortune and you have the Sun in reverse. Okay, so right away, I'm getting these are people who are very much in the shadows, in the dark, okay? They may hide a lot about themselves, like they may be secretive or they may be very quiet. They don't share a lot about themselves. These are people who feel like they have bad luck or feel like they're unfortunate in some way. Maybe their life is going through a kind of negative karmic cycle or just like a down period, and so that's why they're looking at you and they're hating. You know, they may be going through like a dark night of the soul, just a period of like things not working out for them, suffering, right? Like they're in a dark spot, which makes sense. I mean, this is where their hate is coming from. If you're interested in astrology, we have Leo very strongly coming out through these cards. Both the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun can represent Leo. Wheel of Fortune can also represent Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. So it could be any of those signs. However, it's not limited to those signs. And let's look at what these people are saying about you, Pile 2. So I'm going to show you all of the cards so that you can also make your personal connections to them and know why I'm saying the things I'm saying. So for the first three here, we have the Devil, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and again, the Sun in reverse. So mirroring each other here, which I love in a tarot reading. So right away, what I'm seeing for you is these people, they like to talk about how controlling they are. If you're in a relationship right now, I'm getting like a lot of people say like what's that word? What's that phrase? Like you have them under your finger, or you know, they're whipped by you. They do whatever you say. I'm getting that you may have people in your life that are very loving towards you and they want to do a lot for you. They want to help you. They like to gift you things. And so when people see that, they're like, oh, they're whipped. Oh, you're controlling them. Oh, you're making them do that. Even though it's not necessarily the case. So yeah, if you are in a romantic relationship, it's very much that. If not, it's just your friends and your family. They feel like you're controlling towards them. Another thing they like to talk negatively about is your wealth. Okay? I feel like whatever success, financial success you've acquired in this life, people like to say things like, oh, you don't really deserve it, or they like to say like you have way more than you might even have. Like people like to call you greedy. They like to call you, you know, too focused on money, too focused on wealth. They like to like talk like you just have all this money and you still make people do things for you, or, you know, that kind of energy. With the Sun in reverse, I am feeling like there's an element of they don't fully know like how successful you are. Like they're just imagining it. It's not clear to them. So people imagine that you have a lot of money, which seems like a not a bad thing to imagine. However, they're having the underlying idea that you don't deserve it or you don't use it properly. So yeah, that's kind of rude. Let's be real. They seem really miserable though, so we're going to give them a little bit of grace here that it's hard when you're going through a rough time. It's hard to see other people loved and cared for. It is. So I have a little bit of grace for these people. And then you have the Ancestor of Hope. Okay. So honestly, I feel like your hope just triggers them. If you have dreams for the future, if you have goals that you're working towards, or, you know, a vision that you see for yourself, it's very triggering for them. Like I said, your haters are in a really dark space. So they see you feeling like you're going to do well or feeling like things can turn out in your favor, and they're mad. They're pissed. Which is totally understandable. I don't want to give them too much understanding, but I mean, we've all been there, right? When things are just falling apart and you see, you know, you just experience a really bad breakup and then you see a happy couple and you're like, oh, they're probably miserable. I don't know. So I feel like just, if you know who these people are, just try not to pay any attention to this, because it's like, they're full of shit. Anyways, let's see what we got. So we have Shiva, be still. And then we have movement and speed, very opposing energies, which I love. And then solidity and inner core. So I feel like you have a very centered personality. You may be someone who's really calm under pressure, someone who can maintain balance in situations that other people can't. And I feel like when something happens to you, like you can quickly move out of it, or you can quickly move on to the next thing. It's not so much that you get as stuck as other people, okay? But this still energy and this inner core, like it's really making me think that there's a certain sense of calmness or serenity to you. Again, people can't fully see into you, so maybe there are times when you're actually not the happiest or not the calmest, but you're still able to project this air of calmness around you. So I feel like what these people are saying is like, you move too fast, you're too quick. Maybe they say like, oh, you're probably making mistakes, or, you know, you're probably making the wrong move because you just do things really quickly when you need to. Yeah, we're going to pull some more cards here, but that's mainly what's kind of triggering them. You're very triggering to your haters. I just feel like your energy is just so unattainable for them right now. What you're experiencing in your life is so different from what they're experiencing. They're just like, they're angry. They're mad. They mad. But yeah, they might be saying like you're stubborn. You don't pay attention to what's going on around you. Like, you don't fall apart when the world is falling apart. You know, like, there are people who watch the news all day, and then they're, like, so miserable, and they're talking to you about the stuff they're watching, and they're like, why aren't you upset about this? Why aren't you angry about this? And it's like, you're solid in yourself, that you don't need to get caught up in those things. And so I feel like your haters kind of see it as you're uninformed, or you don't care about the negative things in this world, which is just not true. It's just a misinterpretation of you, right? So let's see what else the cards have to say about what your haters have to say. Hee hee hee. So you have the 9 of Cups. So I feel like they think you're overindulgent. Again, going back to the 9, we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups, right? So I feel like they feel like you just like have all this money and you just spend it on like treating yourself or buying yourself things. You don't give it to like good causes, or this is just really petty, to be honest. But yeah, they feel like you just indulge yourself. You don't have to work as hard as them. Yeah, and then we have the Temperance card again. Maybe they think you're like in extremes, use alcohol too much, smoke too much weed, something like that, or just eat too much yummy food. Like some sort of indulgence here they're really focused on. You may have people wanting to say like you have bad habits or you have addictions. None of this is like based in reality, though. This is just people like looking for things to get mad about. That's what I'm seeing for you, pile 2. So let me know if it resonates. I'm so curious to find out. And now I'm going to tell you about the free gift I have for you today for watching this whole reading. Do you ever wake up in the morning and just stare at your phone and don't get out of bed because you feel like there's not even a point in getting up? Have you ever wasted an entire hour of your life scrolling some random person's Instagram, feeling bad about yourself because you don't have the success, love, or abundance that they seem to have? I used to wake up every morning in total dread. I had nowhere to go, and I felt like the things that I wanted in this life were just impossible for me. I had zero motivation to get out of bed in the morning, and I would waste so much of my day just overthinking and worrying about the future. However, this year I've gotten to experience successes that I could only dream of. It all changed when I started to really imagine and visualize the future I wanted for myself. One of my favorite successes I experienced this year was when I got an all expenses paid trip to Whistler, and I got to read tarot for business executives at a corporate cocktail party. So not only did I get to stay in this beautiful hotel with wonderful scenery, I got to eat yummy catered cocktail food like those little tiny burgers and cookies. I also got to make really good money doing what I love. And I was so happy and full of joy after that I couldn't even sleep. I was just dancing around my hotel room, so excited, so inspired, and so full of gratitude. And this is all thanks to this life-changing meditation I've been doing this year. So if you are ready to wake up happy and inspired, if you're wanting to feel a surge of energy and motivation to actually accomplish the goals you've set for yourself, or even set goals, because if you're like me, I was so down in the dumps that I wasn't even setting goals, because what was the point? So if you want to start setting those goals and accomplishing them and experiencing the things that you dream about and feeling that deep sigh of relief, that peace of knowing that things can actually work out in your favor, then check out the link in the description box below. I'm giving you the life-changing meditation that allowed me to experience so many wonderful things this year, I can't even count. I've made this meditation using a very straightforward and simple technique that will put you in a deep state of relaxation, even if you're a complete beginner at meditation, even if you're a chronic overthinker and you can't shut up your damn mind. This meditation will work for you. I highly recommend using it anytime you're feeling down, hopeless, or apathetic. And using it repeatedly for a period like 21 or 30 days will help you get really good, tangible results. I do have a warning though. For some of you, you may feel so happy after doing this meditation or during this meditation that tears will come to your eyes. Like sometimes I literally cry because you will finally feel that what you want is possible and reachable for you. So if you're ready to get started, just click the link below. Welcome, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. A little disclaimer before we start. I'm not trying to cause conflict with people in your life. So if it does cause conflict, let's just blame the tarot cards and not me. And we'll get started. So for these two cards, they're going to tell us who your haters are, who's talking negatively about you. Okay? So you have the Empress and the Temperance in reverse. The Empress and the Temperance in reverse. So to me, this is indicating that these are people who are very extreme. They may be people who struggle with things like alcohol, especially alcohol I'm getting, but there could be other addictions or bad habits. Social media scrolling as well, like people compare your social media a lot. These may be people mostly online that are like watching you and just like, yeah, like thinking negatively about your posts. And then as well with the Empress, like I'm getting these are some very shallow people, very appearance-based individuals. They may have a really youthful energy to them, so they may be people who are younger than you or just like immature compared to you, way less mature than you. Way less mature, bad habits. I'm getting like very basic energy, very like likes to get triggered and mad over nothing. Really likes to cause conflict. These are people who love like reality TV shows. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love reality TV shows. However, I'm getting like these people are those types of people, right? They love drama, they love conflict, chaos, and they like to cause it in their life. They may be even the type of people who are like, I don't even like drama, and then will proceed to create a bunch of drama in their life that's unnecessary. So that's the energy of these people. For signs, if you're interested in astrology, the Empress often represents Taurus, and Temperance often represents Sagittarius. So Taurus and Sagittarius could be the strongest ones. However, we are going with haters, so it's kind of a group. So that may not be all, right? But you can, if you're interested in astrology, those are the signs coming out. So I'm going to show you all of the cards while we go through this. So what they're saying about you. First, we have the Four of Pentacles. Then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Three of Cups, and the Fool, a Loco, in reverse. So straight away, like, I feel like you have a very carefree energy to you, and they're taking it as like you don't take life seriously. You don't take things seriously. You make foolish decisions. They feel like you don't, like, they want to talk about how you're not going to succeed. They want to talk about how they don't think you can overcome obstacles or challenges that you face. They want to talk about how you're just too busy having fun and enjoying and living your life to do anything real or serious. Okay? These people really want to see you, like, not move forward at all. And again, I do very much get the energy of people who are watching your social media, because they're kind of like, they're looking at the good times you have. It doesn't have to just be that, but I do kind of get that energy, right? Like, they're focused on the pictures of you smiling and you happy and you know, having fun with your friends or going outside, and that's what they're hating on. I do get this energy if they think you're foolish, like maybe they think, I don't even want to say this because it makes me upset. This is not what I think, but I feel like people like to say you're stupid or that you don't know very much. Like, they really focus on this carefree energy you have and kind of twist it into you're naive or you're not very smart. Frankly, I do not think that's true, but this is what your haters are saying. And then the Four of Pentacles here is really interesting. I feel like you're very secure within yourself, or you have this internal sense of security that radiates through the things that you do. And that's why they're looking for things to criticize. They're looking for things to say about you, because that is very triggering to these people. You're dealing with some very insecure, shallow people, right? So they see you happy and they need there to be something wrong with you so that they can feel good about yourself. So please don't take these comments as truth. Remember, this is just what your haters are saying. I'm sure you are much smarter than they think you are. I don't like saying that to my audience, that they're stupid, but this is what these people are saying. Okay, so let's move on. We have the Sandman here. It's wise to rest. We have endurance and rock. We have solitariness and desert. So with these cards showing up, I'm kind of getting like, again, it's that energy, like they feel like you're never really doing something serious, like you're resting a lot, you're enjoying your life. You know, maybe they've seen like your travel pics, or they've seen you like out with your friends, and they just wonder like, when does she ever get, or when does he ever get any work done? To like channel these people, like they just think you're like always relaxing, always taking it easy. There's a very take it easy vibe to what you put out into this world. With endurance and rock, I feel like people really want to, or these haters specifically, really want you to have some like sad backstory. So they kind of like talk about like things that you must have endured, or if you've shared anything negative about your life, they're like, oh, poor her, like she's had to go through all this pain and stuff like that, like that kind of energy. Ugh, I don't like these people. This reading, I should have known was going to annoy me a little bit, because I'm like channeling things that annoy me. I do not like these people, but let's move on. With the desert, like, again, like, there's this energy, like, you've had to go through so much alone. Oh, you must have suffered so much. Things must have been so hard for you. Like, they just want your life to have been hard and miserable and terrible, so that they can feel good about themselves. Like, it's so triggering to these people to see you happy and enjoying who you are and having a good time and being able to rest and like being able to play. So that's where this is coming from. And then we have the Hunter of Mysteries. Okay, so I feel like you're a mysterious individual. I feel like not everything is on the front or on the table with you, on the front, on the surface, right? Like, these are very shallow, surface-based people, and I feel like you are very deep. A lot of things about you, you know, it takes a little digging to know. Maybe on the very surface, you know, you can't fully see how intelligent you truly are. It's when you dig a little bit deeper. So one of the things they like to kind of talk about negatively is kind of like how you must be hiding things. Like, you keep things secret. You're doing it maliciously, or you're doing it on purpose. It's not just like, I don't know. I like being mysterious. I'm a pretty mysterious person sometimes. I like to keep things pretty private. So I've had a lot of people call me mysterious before. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a great thing. Like, you know, these people do not deserve to know everything about you. These people do not deserve to know, you know, your heart or, you know, your mind. They don't deserve the gifts that you have and all that stuff, because they suck. But that's kind of what they like to say, is that you're hiding things. Again, I'm just getting so much this energy if they're trying to create like some dark, twisted backstory for you, something you've done wrong or something like that. That's why you are the way they perceive you to be. So we're going to pull a couple more tarot cards to see what else they have to say. And then I'm going to wrap up this reading, which I'm so excited about because these people are making me grumpy. I really want to like protect you guys as my viewers. Like, I want to protect and encourage you, and I want to make sure like your lives are beautiful and lovely. And you know, when I focus on these miserable people in the world, I just get so mad. I get so mad. Okay, so let's see what else they have to say about you. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. And the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I mean, this is really mirroring what I've been saying this whole reading. Like, they're just assumed that there's something bad that's happened to you under the surface. They've assumed that, you know, if you are happy or if you show yourself as happy, that you're faking it. Like, oh, you're really as miserable as these people are. Like, they're just doing whatever they can mentally and verbally to bring you down to their level of, like, negative shittiness. Which I can see is not working, frankly. However, yeah. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Like, it's really giving me the energy of, like, looming darkness. Like, there must have been, I'll show you the card. Like, there must have been some sort of horrible tragedy or something that you went through, and you know, you're faking all this happiness and this joy that you show to others, and, you know, you don't take life seriously because of it, and all these things that are just like, such a waste of time to talk about. Anyways, this is what I'm seeing for you, Pile 3. Let me know if it resonated in the comments, because I am super curious. And now I'm going to tell you about the free gift I have for you for staying to the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching this reading, and I'll see you around. Do you ever wake up in the morning and just stare at your phone and don't get out of bed because you feel like there's not even a point in getting up? Have you ever wasted an entire hour of your life scrolling some random person's Instagram, feeling bad about yourself because you don't have the success, love, or abundance that they seem to have? I used to wake up every morning in total dread. I had nowhere to go, and I felt like the things that I wanted in this life were just impossible for me. I had zero motivation to get out of bed in the morning, and I would waste so much of my day just overthinking and worrying about the future. However, this year I've gotten to experience successes that I could only dream of. It all changed when I started to really imagine and visualize the future I wanted for myself. One of my favorite successes I experienced this year was when I got an all expenses paid trip to Whistler, and I got to read tarot for business executives at a corporate cocktail party. So not only did I get to stay in this beautiful hotel with wonderful scenery, I got to eat yummy catered cocktail food like those little tiny burgers and cookies. I also got to make really good money doing what I love. And I was so happy and full of joy after that I couldn't even sleep. I was just dancing around my hotel room, so excited, so inspired, and so full of gratitude. And this is all thanks to this life-changing meditation I've been doing this year. So if you are ready to wake up happy and inspired, if you're wanting to feel a surge of energy and motivation to actually accomplish the goals you've set for yourself, or even set goals, because if you're like me, I was so down in the dumps that I wasn't even setting goals, because what was the point? So if you want to start setting those goals and accomplishing them and experiencing the things that you dream about and feeling that deep sigh of relief, that peace of knowing that things can actually work out in your favor, then check out the link in the description box below. I'm giving you the life-changing meditation that allowed me to experience so many wonderful things this year, I can't even count. I've made this meditation using a very straightforward and simple technique that will put you in a deep state of relaxation, even if you're a complete beginner at meditation, even if you're a chronic overthinker and you can't shut up your damn mind. This meditation will work for you. I highly recommend using it anytime you're feeling down, hopeless, or apathetic. And using it repeatedly for a period like 21 or 30 days will help you get really good, tangible results. I do have a warning though. For some of you, you may feel so happy after doing this meditation or during this meditation that tears will come to your eyes. Like sometimes I literally cry because you will finally feel that what you want is possible and reachable for you. So if you're ready to get started, just click the link below